to another Cartoon Conspiracy with your host. As always, K-Mac time. Today we're taking a look at SpongeBob. Now I know I've done a theory about SpongeBob in the past, and I'll leave a link in the description, possibly here where my hand is at. I don't know, maybe we'll see how that whole editing thing goes. But I've done a theory on the 7 deadly sins. Very cool theory, check that out. I've also made a video very recently about some crazy facts you probably didn't know about SpongeBob. If you guys want to check that out, like I said, links to these videos will be in the description, and they will be on my end site. You guys can just click that at the end of the video. But let's go ahead and jump into this theory. So let's go ahead and talk about what this theory is and what it means for this show. Now the theory goes that the entirety of Bikini Bottom is just litter. Now you may be thinking, well, what do you mean by litter? Well, take a look at some of the buildings. Take a look at SpongeBob's house, take a look at Squidward's house, and we'll take a look at Patrick's house. And if we take a look at all of them together, they're kind of like one's a pineapple, one's an Easter Island head, and one's just a plain old rock. So you may be thinking, well, how can that be litter? How could a pineapple and all those things be litter? Well, if you take a look at the episode where Doodle Bob is drawn, there's an artist out on a boat, and he drops his pencil into the water, and it goes on the Bikini Bottom, and that whole episode's based around the Doodle Bob. Very, very funny episodes like that. He, fi, homo wobble. Great episode, one of my favorites. One of the great seasons of SpongeBob back in the day. But anyway, we're getting sidetracked. Back to what we're talking about is how things can fall right out of the sky.
That tells you nothing, as if the answers to all your problems will fall right out of the sky. Fall right out of the sky.
Dude, we're falling right out of the sky. We gotta drop the load.
Yes, just like the clip, and because of that, it's how Bikini Bottom is kind of made. If you think about it, there's also an episode called Hooky where there's fishermen. So we know that this spot of the ocean is a very popular fisherman spot, and it might be kind of shallow as well. Maybe a tidal zone, something along those lines because of all the coral, all the kinds of things like that. We know that as well. So because it's very populated by humans, it's very, very common to know that what humans do best in this world is litter, especially in the ocean. So think about this. Let's take a look at it this way. Look at some of the buildings. Look at, what do they look like? The metal buildings in Bikini Bottom are basically just tin cans thrown out by fishermen. Now, the pineapple might have brought a pineapple along, or a fisherman might have brought a pineapple along for lunch, may have dropped it in, or it may have just floated in from the ocean. Those things are kind of happen. There'd be a tropical environment. It may have floated and just sank in the ocean. As far as the Easter Island house, which is Squidward's, goes, it was probably a good luck pendant or some kind of good luck charm from a fisherman. Fishermen are very superstitious about fishing. That's one of the big things that fishermen do, is they all have superstitions about when to fish, where to fish, and they all have their kind of rabbit foots kind of thing. This is probably some kind of small pendant or small thing that fishermen had, and he may have dropped it in the ocean, or it may have been thrown away with some of the rubbish. As you guys can see, like I said, most of the houses or buildings in Bikini Bottom are tin cans, and we're going to try and explain some of the other ones as well. Let's take a look at the chum bucket. Is clearly a fisherman's bucket. Chum bucket, or if you take a look at the word chum, chum is usually a thing that fishermen use to draw fish to an area. Now, if they chum up the water, they're trying to chum fish, they're trying to be fishermen, that's what we already know they're in that area. So maybe he just dropped his bait bucket or his chum bucket into the water and it floated to the bottom and became a restaurant because that's where fish like to feed, as a chum bucket. Also, take a look at the Krusty Krab. You guys can tell that it is clearly a lobster trap. And if you're not familiar with a lobster trap, we can take a look at this picture. A lobster trap is basically used by lobster fishermen as they can get in, but they can't come out, and it's usually got food on the inside to lure them, which is basically what they're trying to do in the show as well. They're trying to lure people in, and then obviously they can leave, but it's really, really visually, clearly a lobster trap. Now, on top of this, SpongeBob himself might even be a piece of trash thrown out by a fisherman. If you think about it, what do a lot of people use to keep their lunches cool? They use ice packs. Well, if you've ever heard of an old fisherman's life hack, if you will, they used to take sponges, they would put them in water, and then they would freeze them to keep their lunches cool. Now, because of this, when the ice melts in the sponge sucks up and the water doesn't make a mess. It's very, very, actually very useful. I might actually start using this if I ever need to make homemade ice packs. But this may have been another thing thrown overboard as just simple litter. They're done with their lunch. They throw everything overboard. They throw the can. They throw the sponge that was now, not keeping their food cool. They throw the chum bucket overboard. They throw all their trash in the garbage, and it kind of collects in this tidal zone or shallow. There's a lot of fish come there, and things become magical because it's a cartoon, and the sponge comes to life, and bam, we have SpongeBob So there you have it. The entirety of SpongeBob is based off of human litter and, you know, all kinds of crazy stuff like that. But that's all we have time for, guys. I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys could hit that like button, it would be very much appreciated if you guys could go ahead and do that. Make sure you guys subscribe to my channel to get more of these theories, along with my other videos in your sub box weekly. I try and make 3 or 4 a week about this kind of stuff, along with my other gaming stuff, so make sure you guys are doing that. As always, there's a code word you guys can leave down in the comment section. Let me know if you guys made it all the way through the end of this video. Today's code word is Bikini Bottom, so go ahead and drop that in the comment section. Like I said, you will make it all the way to this end of the video, and I'll let you guys know you guys are some of the coolest subscribers out there on the internet. Like I said, that's all we have time for, so thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, guys, remember it's always K-Max time somewhere, and take it easy. Until next time, guys. Peace out. And I forgot to mention there's one more thing I want to tell you guys before I get out of here. I would love it if you guys came over and liked my Facebook page and my Twitter page. If you guys are unaware that I'm doing a thing where all of my cartoon conspiracy theories are released a day early on those, so everyone who likes those pages can see this video a day early every week. So usually they go up on Thursdays on YouTube. I put them up on Wednesdays on Facebook and stuff like that. So make sure you guys check out the links in the description. You know, sit on my Facebook, suck on my Twitter, all that kind of fun stuff. But that's all we have time for, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching again. Take it easy, guys.